दाइले चाहिँ के अब सरी
Good morning.
गुड मर्निङ नेत्रजी, आज चाँडै जोइन गर्नुभएको छ हजुरले। नेत्रजी
Good morning, हजुर।
गुड मर्निङ। हजुरको पनि आज के त्यो क्लबको मिटिङ हो आज हजुरको पनि?
हजुर हो।
ए न त हजुरको चाहिँ न त बसेर त हिजोको अस्तिको काम अलिकति सेटअप गर्नु चाहिँ त गरिहालिन्छ कि भनेर। ठिकै छ त्यसो अर्को
त्यो
अर्को
चाहिँ
बेला
अहिले त गरिहाल्नु। अहिले मिलिहाल्छ सर, अहिले नै गर्ने भए
त
होइन
भ्याइँदैन
र?
होला। अहिले त भ्याइँदैन अब यो सबै क्लास पनि अड्काउनु त भएन नि। अर्को हप्ता गर्ला नि त। तब अब त्यो पढ्ने कुरा चाहिँ अब त्यो प्र्याक्टिस गर्ने पढ्ने कुरा चाहिँ पढ्दै गर्नुहोस् होइन।
हजुर त्यो त उसबाट पनि गर्न मिल्दो रहेछ होइन, अनलाइन के अरे त्यो उसबाट अ, के
डब्लुसी स्कुल
W3 स्कुलबाट नि अलिअलि मिल्दो
हजुर त
रहेछ।
अनि त्यो त जावाहरू मिल्छ। त्यसरी
हजुर
नियम चाहिँ अब मैले सेटअप गर्नुपर्छ अनि रहनु हुने सबैको सेटअप सक्यो कि
हजुर
अब तपाईँको मात्रै बाँकी छ सेटअप सक्नलाई। अनि
हजुर। आज अब यो एकछिनमा चाहिँ म फोनबाट जोइन हुन्छु, किनभने अलिक छिटो जानुपर्ने छ हाम्रो त्यहाँ एकछिन।
आज
अ,
होइन, म आज आधी घन्टा अगाडि नै छोड्ने उहाँले भर्खर आज फोन
हजुर
म आधी घन्टा अगाडि आज सकौँ 1.5 घन्टा गरौँ त आज क्लास। अनि म प्र्याक्टिकल गरिदिनु छोडिदिन्छु त्यहाँ। उहाँमा त अब त कोडिङ क्लास हुन्छ आज सेकेन्ड आधी घन्टा लास्टको चाहिँ। जो बाँकी हुनुहुन्छ उहाँहरू चाहिँ अब कोडिङ गर्नुहुन्छ कि
हुन्छ।
त्यो हुँदाखेरि त एक्जाम क्लासमा जस्तै प्र्याक्टिस गर्न जस्तो दिन्छु। अनि सबैलाई अब त्यो भएपछि त सुरुमा थ्योरी गरौँला 1 घन्टा 1.5 घन्टा अनि 1 घन्टा जस्तो, त्यसपछि आधी घन्टा
एक
अझै।
घन्टा नै 9 बजेसम्म चाहिँ गरौँ थ्योरी होइन।
उम्,
अनि त्यहाँ फेरि अब त्यो
हजुर
अलिअलि
हजुर
जस्तो नि गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ।
हजुर 1 घन्टा त्यही भने 1 घन्टा थ्योरी गरौँ। त्यसको नेक्स्ट डे अनि म प्र्याक्टिकल जस्तो गर्छु। त्यो प्र्याक्टिकलमा अब हजुरलाई अब फुर्सद छ भने जो जो फुर्सद छ बस्नुहुन्छ, जो जो फुर्सद छैन प्र्याक्टिकल पछि गरे भयो नि।
हुन्छ हस्।
हस्
थ्याङ्क
हस् न।
मेरो मेरो केही क्वेसनहरू छ, पछि गरौँला है त्यसो भए।
ए हस् हस् हुन्छ
यू
हुन्छ
अहिले हुन्छ अहिले गरिदिनु नि।
अहिले थ्योरी हो अहिले, अब प्र्याक्टिकलको चाहिँ
उम्,
पछि गर्न। थ्योरीवाला अब सुरु गर्छु आज। अब अस्ति अब अर्को नयाँ कुरा सुरु गरेर मन लागेन आज यो हप्ता मलाई। अब त्यो जे युनिटहरू छ अब सेलेनियमको बेसिक कमान्डहरू त्यहाँबाटै सुरु गर्नु पऱ्यो कि त्यो नै अब अस्ति अलिकति हिजो लेखेँ तर सबैजना अलिकति क्याचअप गर्नु भएन कि अलिकति
यस्तो
हुन्छ
यस्तो
नि।
भएर अरू कुरा त टाइम दिन नपाउने भइरहेको छ मेरो चाहिँ कि अब
ए हजुर।
अभोइड गर्नै नमिल्ने होइन म लिटल बिट बाहाइन्ड भएन तर म त्यो बाइन्ड गरेको चाहिँ मलाई आफूलाई नि राम्रो लाग्दैन क्या किनभने त्यो पढाएकै बुझिँदैन होइन
हजुर, हजुर। त्यो
त्यो
चाहिँ
पनि अभोइडै गर्न नसकेर म थोरै त साह्रै बाइन्ड त होइन होइन
हजुर, हजुर। त्यो
मलाई
बिहान
चाहिँ
त
एकदम किपअप गर्न मन लाग्छ कि त्यो
हजुर।
बुझ्न सजिलो हुन्छ अलिकति फल बाइन्ड हुँदा सबै कुरा बाइन्ड हुँदै जान्छ कि
त्यो त हुन्छ। एउटा
त्यो
सानो
अनअभोइडेबलै हुँदो रहेछ जति सोचेर गयो नि यो शनिबार आइतबार बिहानको ऊ पनि टाइम पनि कता कता के आइरह्यो नि होइन अब
यस्तो
त्यही
फ्यामिली
ठ्याक्कै
भएर गरेपछि
अँ,
हजुरले भनेको छ म
यो
पनि अब
म्यानेज
कहाँ
गर्न होइन जुन रूपले सोचेको थियो त्यो रूपले चाहिँ एकदम गाह्रो हुँदो रहेछ एकदम रियल लाइफ सिचुएसनमा हेर्दाखेरि अनि त्यो पढ्छु भनेर होमिनु र अनि त्यसलाई त पढ्नै भनेर सबै टाइम गर्न अलिकति अलि च्यालेन्जिङै रहेछ
र मेरो
हजार
चाहिँ
थाहा
लास्ट विकसम्म चाहिँ एकदम ऊ भइरहेको थियो आफू म ह्याप्पी नै थिएँ क्या हुन्छ नि टाइम दिइरहेको छु मैले अब यतिको भन्ने लागिरहेको थियो प्र्याक्टिस गरिरहेको छु अब अरू बढी गरौँ भने
यो टाइम चाहिँ यस्तो हो यो कस्तो हुन्छ भने अब यो प्रायोरिटी र यो चाहिँ एकदम गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ क्या
प्रायोरिटी पनि त्यो यस्तो
आयो
हुँदो रहेछ कि
राख्नुपर्छ
हेर्नु
क्या
मलाई नि त्यही लाग्थ्यो कि प्रायोरिटी यो हो मेरो कुरा अरू जेसुकै हुन्छ जस्तो लाग्थ्यो त कुनै कुरा अभोइड गर्नै नमिल्ने क्या हेर्नु यस्तो
त्यो त अब म पनि अब हजुरलाई अब के भनौँ 4 चोटिमा म 3टा ट्रिप विकेन्डमा म बाहिर छु कि
हो नि
जस्तै अहिले पनि म साथी कहाँ छु अब जस्तै अब यो अभोइड गर्न आउन भन्ने त अब म अहिले साथी कहाँ मैले उता एटलान्टा आएको छु अहिले म खास गरी हिजो
त्यही त
दाइ साथी कहाँ आएको छु यहाँ मेरो अब म कहिले क्यालिफोर्निया पुगेँ कहिले त्योभन्दा अगाडि एकचोटि मेरो वाइफको कामको उयोतिर म एरिजोना पुगेँ म 3 चोटि अब भइसक्यो अब कहिले
त्यही त
राति 2 बजे सुतेको छ बिहान 6 बजे उठेर पनि मैले क्लास जोइन गरेको छु है भनेको मतलब अब अँ, म रातिको त्यो क्यालिफोर्निया त कति यहाँ अहिले 9 बजे सुरु गऱ्यो भने त्यहाँको कति बजे आउँछ भने त 3 घन्टा अगाडि भनेपछि 9 भनेपछि 6 बजे मैले 6 बजे पनि क्लास सुरु गरेको छु। हजुरलाई थाहा पाइ छैन।
हो त्यो थाहा
म 6
पाएन
बजे
त्यो
मैले 6 बजे पनि क्लास सुरु गरेको छु कि। हजुरलाई थाहा पाइसकेको छैन। अब त्यो भन्दाखेरि त कति प्रायोरिटी कसरी दिन्छ भन्ने कुरा हो क्या यो
उम्,
आफूले आफूलाई दिने कुरा रहेछ।
त्यही त है मलाई नि त्यस्तै कस्तो भने है त्यो
मैले 6 महिना 6 बजे बिहान उठेर राति 2 बजे सुतेर बिहान 6 कि 2 3 बजे सुतेर 6 बजे उठेर क्लास 5 साढे
त्यही
5
त
बजे उठेर फ्रेस भएर 3 घन्टा पनि नसुतेर क्लास कन्टिन्यू गरेको छु मैले।
उम्,
अनि त्यो गर्न चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भने गाह्रो हुन्छ भने अब अहिले त छैन त्यो अहिले होइन भनेको मतलब कुनै बेला त्यो पनि गरेँ मैले।
हो
त्यो त्यो अब त्यो प्रायोरिटी र त्यसलाई मैले 1-2 घन्टा सारौँ न भन्न पनि सक्थेँ होला। त्यसलाई त्यसरी चाहिँ यसरी पुस गरेर पनि पुस भएको भइ हुन्छ कि।
उम्, हो
के कुरालाई पुस गर्नु क्या लाइफमा त अब पर्छ नि मेरो पनि छोरी छ काम फुल टाइम काम गर्छु अरूको म अब दिनमा अहिले झन् त्यति रिलिज थियो कि लास्ट 2 महिना 2.5 महिना मेरो मैले काम बाहेक अरू केही यो र काम अफिसको काम बाहेक केही सोच्नै भ्याउँदैन यति थाक्थेँ क्या म 8-9 घन्टा दिनको 8 घन्टा अफिसमा काम गरेछ मिटिङका मिटिङ यो इस्यु त्यो इस्यु अब त्यो भएर त अब म्यानेज गर्न चाहिँ अब त्यसलाई प्रायोरिटीमा पनि यसलाई पनि प्रायोरिटीमा सँगसँगै राख्नुपर्छ क्या
त्यही त
यसलाई चाहिँ सेकेन्डरी राख्नु भएन। यसलाई सेकेन्डरी पार्नुभयो भने चाहिँ के हुन्छ भने यो बिस्तारै सेकेन्डरी नै भइन्छ झन् पछाडि अझ ल्याग पनि छुट्छ नि। एकचोटि छुटेपछि अर्को
यति यति
छुट्छ।
थोरै बाइन्ड हुँदा बित्तिकै
उम्,
त सबै कुरा
हजुर।
भसँगै हुन्छ
अब त्यो कति अब यो सबै टपिकहरू रिलेटेड हुन्छ कि मैले पढाएको जस्तै अब
उम्,
यो इन्टरफेसको कुरा गरेँ मैले अस्ति नै अब त्यो कसरी अब्जेक्ट क्रिएट गर्ने भने मैले त्यो सबै रिलेटेड छ नि त।
त्यही त
त्यो सब रिलेटेड हुन्छ क्या एउटाबाट अर्कोसँग कनेक्सन्स भइरहेको हुन्छ। अब होइन अनि त्यो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ अब यो कनेक्सन्सहरूले गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ अब क्या मान्छेले अब होइन एउटा गरे एउटा छोडेर के हुन्छ हुँदैन क्या त्यस्तो। यो कनेक्सन्स हुन्छ सबै कुरा एकअर्कासँग कनेक्सन हुन्छ। अब यो टेस्ट केस भने मैले हिजो कसरी हुन्छ अब इन्टरफेसको कुरा गरेँ सबै रिलेटेड छ कि अलमोस्ट एभ्रिथिङ इज रिलेटेड बिकज all the topics I don't have enough time, but all the topics that I start to try to teach here are all the topics that are related and that is needed for this course. So, and some of the examples I do, some of the stuff we do are all related. So you have to take enough time to spend on all the topics and revision. That's the reason I was trying to tell that unless you revise every week, almost everything, whatever we taught, because this is completely new topic, right? For all of you guys, I don't think you heard about what is SDLC, what is testing, what is the what are other topics, like the other topics regarding Java, what are the introduction to Java, what is JVM, what is JI. Every topic is new for you guys. It's not one topic that is new or two topics that is new or something. So that since every topic is new, every week you have to revise all the information at least once. I would recommend at least multiple times, but at least once it has to be revised every week. Otherwise, it's not possible to grasp everything within the time frame. It will take years to. I mean, if you make a second priority, it will take years for you to grab everything. The process, right? You have to process everything correct. Okay, I don't know why only 4 people. What happened to others? Are they not joining? दिलीपजी हुन्छ राजी लतिरजी पनि कता जानुभयो अरू प्रसन्न प्रतीक पंकज Does anyone know if they are joining? कोही जोइन गर्नुहुन्छ उहाँहरू कि सबैजना उता क्लब भनेर उता जानुभएको छ
अहिले त सर थाहा भएन
अन्त चाहिँ हजुरले मेसेज गर्छिन्छ नि एकचोटि मेसेज गर्दैछ त सबैले आज चाँडै छोड्ने हो आज 1.5 घन्टाको क्लास हो त्यही भएर जोइन
के
गर्नु
भन्नुभयो सर
हजुर पङ्कजीको मेसेज गर्छिन्छ नि प्रतीकजी कि पङ्कजीलाई
प्रतीकजीलाई हो मैले
एकचोटि मेसेज गर्दैछु जोइन गर्नु भएन
प्रसन्न भाइलाई नि छ नि हजुर
कुनै हाम्रो देखिरहेको छैन
गुड मर्निङ प्रसन्नजी हस् ल प्रसन्नजी पनि छैन ल सुरु गर्छु है गुड मर्निङ एभ्रिवान yesterday we went through some of the topics and some of the few items that we created here. It's very simple. Only one thing we did is we created a web element.
विवेकजी प्रतीकजीले जोइन गर्छु भन्नुभएको छ उहाँ के भयो कि एकचोटि हेर्नु
ए हस् आएपछि गर्छु हस् we talked about web element. Similar to driver, there are interfaces, classes. There will be multiple now. So because we need to understand that Selenium is a framework. Okay, it's a framework and it's a code. So Selenium is, if you don't try to, for our understanding, right? Please don't try to understand that, okay, I want to understand everything about the Selenium, all the classes, all this, what is used. We are only using the somebody else creation, or somebody else created the framework. We are using it. And that whoever created that framework, they designed or some rules or syntax or regulations that we have to follow. Because I didn't create this web element, right? This class interface. Neither I did create the web driver. But there are certain ways we can use this web drivers and Selenium actions, Selenium elements. So this is what we are doing here. Okay. So we talked a little bit about get driver.get will get the URL. driver.search box will for this is this is the name I provided. This is the object name or the element. For now, in Selenium, what do you say the element name? So since it's a web element, or you can say web element search box. So if you want to use a term, what is this is it's a search box, and this is the locators for the search box. And what we want to do is, in order to use this locator, what happens is this driver, whenever we created this driver, right, we instantiate or create an object of a class. What happens is, for Selenium, there should only be one object created in one time run when you run test. Why? Because we want to make sure that the what happens is in Selenium world, the whole everything or in the Java world, the objects are really important, and you should only have in certain instances only one, like in this case Selenium, because if you have multiple instances, the commands will go here and there. Like what I mean, we are providing one command, one set of instructions, and one set of instructions to one driver. So what I mean by that is, this rule set is such a way that you can only run one. You should have one instance of WebDriver, and one instance means we are forcing it to use that driver to perform the actions. So that is the reason what happens is, whenever we created this driver as an object for WebDriver class for Chromium driver, we are saying within the driver, use the driver object. Inside the driver means we are calling all. We know there are, by now everyone understands that this, after you do the class, when you do dot, there are all the methods that are implemented, or in the Chrome driver you will get the method. So now if you see, we only created one or some simple ones, right? You'll see there are this many methods within the driver or Chrome driver class, not driver class, Chrome driver class, that we can use, and each one has some kind of see, Selenium way of some commands or some instructions that will provide, or some purpose. So it means everyone, almost everything we can, it's not all, some of them we don't care, but we do care much of them. So we use all of them, almost all of them. You have to know almost all of them. And there are, and in that, what we did is we use the find element object. Okay, now this method within the Chrome driver class. So in this way, we're using the find element. So find element is also a method, right? What does find element method does? Okay, one second. Find element is a method which takes parameters by. Okay, it doesn't mean the parameters can only be string, right? Parameters can be other interface or other values or other class of method. So what there could not only be the string, it could be integer, it could be anything. Similarly, it could be some other object like this also, like a by. What is a by? By is an, now if you look at here, by is an abstract class. So you can make by also as a parameter for the method. Okay, so that is another, but don't go really deep into it, because then again you have to go into really deep. Just understand that by is a parameter for web find element method. Now, if you use by, how do we use it? What does it is trying to say? If find element method takes by as an parameter, means you have to pass the by. What I mean, if you, for a parameter, like we remember that if it's a string object or a string class, if the method takes string as a parameter, we need to pass string as a variable, right? For a method. That everyone remembers that for a string we provide a string, for integer parameter we have to provide integer value. Does everybody remember that?
Yes.
Similarly, for this find element method, we have to provide by. So, and there is a way how do we provide is this by as a parameter. By is a different way. So in how do we call it by using it? By dot. So this is just remember that this find element method takes the by as a parameter, and the way I should provide is I need to first use the by as a by element type, or by, what do you call that? There's not a parameter, just a parameter. It's not an integer or anything. That's what it says, a parameter type. So how do I provide it? By dot id. And by also has what is it? By is a within the by also there are different types of locator. So what is located by located? So the way you want to identify an element within the HTML page, we talked about a little bit yesterday. I'll go over that again because it's a completely new topic and you may have some more additional questions. So by is an is a locator. It helps you find by what locator you want to find the elements. So if you look at it by class name, CSS selector, ID, link test, name, partial link test, tag name, XPath. We'll work about XPath and others later. And these are just, don't worry about this one. These are just saying if you want to use some class, you can use that. But for now, just remember that we are going to use this all as our locator type. So if somebody is going to ask what are the different types of locator type, we'll go over this locator type in a while. Okay. I'm going to make sure everyone understand what are the locator types and how to use them. That is the purpose of today class. So by the and how do I select what locator type I need to use it? First thing we do is we go to the UI. And in UI, not this one, where's the page? Yeah. I think that's your home page. So what we do is, in order to do that, first we click on here, the text box, right click on it, and then we click on the inspect. After we click on the inspect, what is happening? Okay, it's refreshing, my bad. So it refreshes the page and it highlights this this place, right? This highlighted text or HTML tag. Within that, if you look at it, input, type, ID, class, autocomplete. So there are different kinds of key key pair values somebody use. Not every time, but you will see that there are some of the elements which has the element type ID used. So if you look at here, they use the ID. So ID equals to search. So this is a locator type. So if you look at here, when we go to by dot class name, if there is ID, or first thing always we should use is ID. Second thing, if you want to use is name. Okay. And if you don't find other, then we'll go over all the remaining an XPath or CSS selector. That is what we are going to use. Or class name we're going to use. So we'll find that. Okay. We'll do that later. But what I'm trying to say is, if you find an ID here, and this way ID equals to, we'll always use ID first. That's the first preference for locating an element, because ID, and most probably what should happen is ID should be unique. Sometimes the developers code that they could put some other element with the same ID also, but usually ID is like should be a unique within the page. Sometimes they don't do it, but usually it should be a unique one. So when we found this element, and now I want to use, because since the element has an ID, I said, okay, I will find the element by ID locator type. And now what I want to do is now find what is the ID value. If I look at ID, yes, search text. So I just copied this, double clicked on this one, and then I just did Control C, copy, and I'm gonna, and since it is an ID and all these elements, right? If you look at ID, what is the parameter it takes? It takes a string value. So now since string is always double quotation, we need to provide the as a string ID. So all the values are provided as a string variable or parameter, or whatever you can say, parameter. So since ID takes a string parameter, we need to provide the string value. So this is all what we are doing here, okay? And yes, again, WebDrive is also an interface. So this is the, if somebody will ask you if you want to explain this line, then you need to say in the way I explained right now. Okay. I almost spoke 5 to 10 minutes on one line of code. So does anybody understand, or like have some, I mean, you may not understand, but do you understand what we are doing here?
Yeah.
And also what we are doing is, we are not only, because method inside method inside method inside method, because if you look at this, driver is a class, right? Inside class we call a find method. Find method has by as a parameter. Inside by parameter also has some conditions or logic we need to use. So that's the reason you will see that it's not that it will always be one method or one class. That's the reason you have to understand the basics ones really well, quickly. If you want to grab, because we are calling method, inside there is method has one parameter, in order to call that parameter, I have to call another method as a provide as a parameter. So that's how these things go. So it's not that always there will be one simple method add and then provide two numbers int A, int B and get the data. That is not the programming. That is the programming. I don't know, 101, I would say. That is not the real programming. Programming could include multiple, like here we are calling method inside a method inside a method. We are creating first the object of a web element interface and then calling method. And with this also, and then what I'm doing after this element is set up, I'm also performing another actions within that. Now, when the web element interface has set, what happened is, now after this object is created, right? This is all just creating an object of Selenium Box web element, right? Now, once the Selenium Box object is created, what I'm doing is there are other methods that are implemented, right, within the Selenium interface. Interface is implemented by some class. So within that also there are all these actions: clear, click, equals, find elements by. So I mean, find elements by. Okay, whatever. I don't know why it says that, but there are other elements actions we need to perform, and these are all the actions that you can perform on the web element. So these are the actions you can perform. This one is declaring the web elements, and this one is actions on the web element. Okay, let me make that also note. And web element, and this is action on the web element. Okay, so and what actions we want to send? Which since we want to search the element, we said, okay, I want to, in order to enter the value, there's options called send keys. So if you go here, if you look at here, what is send? Is there option? Okay, send keys is the method within the web element interface, or whichever class implements the web element, or this driver, whatever we call this class kind of method, right? This is syntax for now. This has a web element has a method, so send keys. So within that, we call this send keys to perform the action for us. Okay, that is what, and what we did is we want to search for the interface. So if you look at here, void send keys, for now, this is a, look at it, see, it's an interface. Web element is an interface. So this interface, there are multiple methods implemented, and one of the method is send keys, right? And that send keys is what we are trying to send right now. So this is why the reason why we need Java is, if I don't explain and don't read Java, all these things will not be fairly, relatable. You can relate to this. The reason I emphasize on Java is just because of some items here, right? Like, at least to introduce Java and understand the concepts of Java. Like, what are we doing here? Why did we do send keys? And what are this method calling? What are these values? And then what the send keys take? Like, if you mouse over the send keys, you'll see that you need to read this. Use this method to simulate typing to an element which may set its value. So that's what it is saying. What it is used to send the value. So character sequence to send to the element. So that is the character sequence that you want to send to the element. Okay, that's what it is saying. It's a character sequence. So it is what element it takes is characters to sequence. So this Java language is string elements. Just remember that, and we send the values in the quotation as a string value. We are sending here to send keys. And if you look here, try this one, right? 1 second, I'll show you what I mean by 1, 2, 3. I get an error. Why? What it is saying here is, look at that. The method sequence character is type web element not applicable to argument integer. Look at that. That's what it says. That means I have to provide 1. Save this. No. It takes the character sequence, means it's trying to take the string element. So you have to provide within the double quotation and provide the element like this interface, and that's a variable that you're passing to the send key method. All right, this is what I explained for last 15-20 minutes for the 2 line of code. Okay, because those concepts are all related to Java. That's the reason we have to revise almost every concept that we went through in the class. Any questions on this 2 line? Because please understand this. If you understand this, what we did here, everything we did, it would be on top of it. I mean, there'll be some little bit different. One or two would be different, but everything you will do on Selenium after this, for most of them, would be the base concept, right? Like what is the base of mathematics is algebra, right? Addition, subtraction, division. Whatever you do, whatever coding you do, whatever complex algorithm you do, right? Or maybe you do algebra, or you don't do the what do you call that, theorem or anything. Basic concept is addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. That's the only 4 thing we do in mathematics. As long as you know how to do multiplication, division, subtraction, and those, everything else falls under it. Different forms of that addition, subtraction, multiplication, right? Everything is just 4 concepts. Similarly, in Java, this Selenium also, if you understand these 2 lines of code, what I did, I mean, till now, because I spent really, usually many people will not even explain this very high level. So that's the reason I spent so much time on this 4 line of code. If you understand this 4 line of code, everything is on top of this. So it will not be like, you can understand, read algebra, you can do the what do you call that, calculus, you can do theorem 1, 2, calculus 4, 5, or you can do PhD level calculus, or whatever you do. Everything falls under this 4 mathematics concepts. Similarly, if you can understand this or focus on these 4 lines of code in Selenium, everything is on top of it. Okay, so please, I try to explain. I don't know if that's for something you would need more time, or for some reason. Please understand this. Not this 4 line of code. If you understand really well, everything is like on top of that, only for Selenium. And all the concepts will be how to do it now, or can I do it in this way? Can I do it in that way? But the fundamental is this 4 lines. Any questions? No, sorry, you're saying something. So Smriti, I think you said you were trying to say something.
No, I'm
Okay. But anyone have any question on these 4 lines? This is, and revise, read, or I don't know how you want to do it, but everyone should know these 4 lines and try to understand as much as possible. And because if you don't grab it right now, if you don't know addition, multiplication, I cannot teach you anything related to algebra or anything calculus, right? What are you doing with this? All the x square, x, y, or addition, subtraction. You will not be able to do anything. Similarly, if you don't understand these 4 lines, anything I teach after this would be just explaining.
Excuse me. If we want to look more about this on like any YouTube channel or in Google, so we just type this declaring element action on the element, web element. If we want to look more or like be more clear,
This
what
is
do we
why
search?
not many people will explain. This is my way of.
Okay,
I mean, you can definitely look into it, but they will
declaring.
not explain the way I explained to you guys. I haven't, because for me also it was alien concept, right? And the reason nobody explained me the way I explained you right now, and the way I try to link you guys with the automation and this together, I try to link, right, as much as possible. The way I linked it, because for me, I also wanted to understand, read more. Only way is, what do you call this? You have to, yeah, you have to, this is again, I don't know how to say it. This, if you understand the pure Java concept and at least middle Java background or something, then this comes naturally. Since we don't have that background and we don't have the information, some of the information would be alienated or alien information. So in order to grasp or understand those informations, we have to first understand Java. I mean, people will explain way, but not to the, I don't know what to say, not to the very basic level. It's just that they will explain that, hey, here is things, go and read it. This is what we do. This is how we do it. They don't express why we do it or what are the ways we do it or something. No, I haven't found anything like who explains, but you can Google it. What is it? I know this line they will explain. This one, I think I also looked into somewhere this line. WebDriver driver equals to new Chrome driver. And what is the meaning of that? So, but what will happen is they will use the terms and the language wordings, like, some of the words which like an interface they will use, or they will say create object of instantiate objects. So all those jargons are the wordings you may or may not understand. But yeah, there should definitely, this line I have seen many. Somebody may have a writing. I can look into it, but yeah, this 4 lines are what we have to. I mean, this is 4 lines we have to know, or we have to remember, or I don't know how to understand. If you want to understand the way, you have to understand these 4 lines of code, because this is the fundamental of Selenium. Overall fundamental of Selenium is this one. Only knowing the Selenium, this thing you have to know. You may see that I may have added this way doing the things, like one may be algebra, one may be calculus, one may be trigonometry or something, right? That could be different, but it could, like, there are I think maybe at least 30 to 50 different ways of doing Selenium, okay, minimum, and they will have different ways of doing this stuff. So what I'm teaching is, again, within the Selenium also, very basic way of doing the things. This is one of the very basic way of using Selenium. But if you want to read, I mean, I think you can Google it and see what does WebDriver driver equals new Chrome driver means, or something, what is a WebDriver, what does it mean? Somebody will try to explain, probably. I think you may have to do some research among, maybe try 5, 10, 15 videos or readings. Then probably you may find something that is more relatable to you. I would definitely not say one which I like, you may not like it. That's the reason you have to do Google on your own. Did that help, Netraji? So any
Yes.
question? Any question on this one? So try to understand this one. I mean, okay, let me ask. Can anyone try to explain this? I mean, in their own word, or like, in the wording, what are we doing here? Just these 4 lines. Any volunteer?
Yeah, like the first one, like creating an object, like this one, like you said yesterday, the WebDriver, like interface, and that's the driver, like object,
Mm-hmm.
and the Chrome driver is class that's implemented with the WebDriver.
And yes, implements WebDriver interface. Correct.
Mhm.
That's the first line. Second line.
And you did like the object, the same driver, and you get this is the method.
Mm-hmm. The method to launch or get the or
Launch
launch the website URL.
where you want to perform the
Correct. Which website you want to automate, or what
Yeah.
was the URL of that website? Correct. What's the line 15? The third one.
Okay, this one the like the interface. This is kind of same, and then this is the search box is object.
Yes, but object of a web element, you can say.
Web
Okay?
element. Oh yeah, web
Of a
element.
web element interface. Object of, if you want to use proper word, object of an web element interface. You can write that in your, somebody can make a note of that also. Which that is the, if you want to explain us some wordings to look, right? Create an object of a web element. Okay, web element interface. Okay, yeah. A web element, you can say, yeah. Okay, and what is search box? That's again, and what are we doing here? This after that. Anyone?
This one, like, let's see how I can explain it. Yeah, driver is like the object, like we did like before, the same one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the the method, like find element by that's the method, and we put the parameter there, the ID, the name. We put like that.
That's locator.
Locator, yeah.
Locator type. Locator type and locator. value. This is a locator, ID is a locator type. By is
And we find it by looking in the inspect.
right.
Inspect.
If you look at by is a mechanism used to locate an element within a document. Okay. And create own mechanism. It's possible to subclass a class, but right. This is by is an abstract class, but just for now we're gonna use find elements text by as a parameter. So in order to use how do I call declare the element, which element I want to perform is by using the by dot locator type and locator value.
Locator, for the locator.
ID is 1 second. Let me do one more thing. ID is locator type and search to is locator value. Okay, makes sense. Okay, ID is you can say this is what, and after that for the what we did in the line 18.
We are doing the object the same like search box or web
element and for the web element
yeah.
search box, or you can say for the web element search box.
And the send key is the method, and we put the interface.
Send key is the method to send the text or value within the element, and where what values we provide is through the as a double quotation as a string parameter. We provide as a value what values we want to send. Okay, yeah, this is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried.
And that's good, but at least you are trying. This is what.
Yeah, I understand, but hard to explain. Those use like locator didn't come in my mind.
Right, that's fine. But at least
yeah, but I understand. What you are doing there.
Okay, thank you. And others also should understand the same. So okay, please. I don't know. Not everyone. If you can't grab one time, learn, find more, read more, find more. That's what we need to do. And if you look at line 20 and 21, this is the same thing I did. Now I'm following the same thing. I created a web element search box, and it's the same way I created for the search button. So for the search button, all I need to do is what I want to perform in the search text box. I want to send keys. Means because look at this, because this is a text box. I want to send keys means I just type something. That's the reason I said send something here. Now after I send, I want to click this search button. So this is a click actions. So in the UI, in the web, in the there are actions that you can perform, right? I think there was a class or some elements I provided, right? What are the actions we can perform on the web element, right? That's one of them was typing, send text. Another one is click. Another one is drop down. Like this is a drop down. Another
like we did here. Like, can you just go back a little bit what we did before, like
lecture in the lecture or the
like Eclipse.
Eclipse, okay.
Yeah.
So here, like
when we do like where the search box, like we do like other what they call the other like click button. We do the right when we have to do the click button. You put the click button like
search button. I create an element first. I declare the web element.
Search button.
And how I want to declare, I mention it here.
Then you create the search button again, and that's the method you do click, right?
Yeah, click is an actions or method I perform for my need. So all the things, these are the actions. That's what we are going to talk about today. And make sure you guys are all try to familiarize with this. So I can do next thing is click, find the drop down, or anything other action I can perform, right? But this is the basic. This is the basic of the Celery. Okay, and this is not that I only will do search and click. There will be
so many. I know.
Yeah, there could be like if you want to buy an Amazon, like right, how many clicks you have to do? There are lots. There's so many. Yeah, that's all we have to do to make sure that we find the element. So sometimes those are complex things also. Complex validation also would be there. Not all the time. Okay, and sometimes like let's say sample formality, some of the websites. Okay. Let me see what are the forms. There will be lots of not template. I want the let's see It's not here. Usually what happens in the form, you will have the different website for practice for testing. Okay. I don't want to use any sponsored one. Let's see what is this. Oh, it wants to. Oh no, it wants us to use some. No, not preview. I need the real one. Okay, here you go. Here is the text. The first time we do this, right? You remember all these things we do?
Mhm.
Company name. This is all the text one. All these ones we provide the values in it. If you go below this, there will be more. Okay. What's the name? What's the age? So there could be lots of stuff. These are all the elements in the page and how we interact against it. So in the web page, there will be much more than, so there'll be much more. I mean, there will be some of the ones such demo. Let's see what web page it has. Oh, it wants us to do this. So username and password, right? This is first we enter username, then we do password, we click on the login button. And how do we do all those things? So if you look at here, we do inspect. When you inspect, you see what are the tags here, placeholder, type, ID. We found ID. So first we'll put for ID, and then second we'll put for name. So we first we say, okay, what ID we provide, find to get a web element of ID. Then what we do, we click here or we go here, or we can just right click on the password and first click on that or navigate there and then click inspect. And now we're going to look at this element is highlighted. We look at if they have ID. Yes, it has ID. Then we'll use the ID as an element. And we want to say send keys as an element to provide the actions on that web page element. Now, third is login button. So we right click on the login button also and we to inspect. And we see that what we have is this one also has an ID. We'll see the ID. We'll create a web element ID for the login button. And at the end, what we'll do, we'll perform the actions by saying the click action here. Earlier too, we have to send keys, but here we have to click. So those are the, now if you look at any website, right? I give one simple example, search, but now if I go to the other website, it's kind of similar now, right?
Mhm.
So these are like text box also, checkbox would be click actions. So all those are now, at least that's the reason we'll practice all of them, almost all of them. But I want to make sure that these 4 lines are all that you practice and be able to create on your own. At least, practice 10 times or 20 times. I don't know how you want to say 30 times. As long as you understand and you get this concept, practice, you have to understand these 4 lines. And you have to be able to create this without the looking into anything. These 4 lines. As long as you do that, and practice as long if you can grab this in 5 times, I'm okay. But make sure you grasp this concept yeah, you have to make sure you know how to do this 4 lines. Have to, okay? This is the must. And yeah. So these are the basics of very, very basics of Selenium and the how we would do and interact with the element. Now let's go to the now I want to use the what are the locator types. We briefly went over there because I remember I gave this in one of the basics of Selenium 2, right? Introduction to Selenium. One second, let me see. Selenium basic commands are here too. And oh, I gave it here already. Let me get the folder day 2. One second. Basic Selenium commands. Did anybody go over here?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, one second. Let me see. Let me get it. So let's go over here. Or did anybody create note now? Since I mentioned everyone, you should create a cheat note. Write everything what is mentioned in this website and start to remember. No? Okay. So let me go over this one. So okay, and this way everyone's okay. I'm gonna, because when you start to, this is a practice. My goal is not to teach you exactly everything that you need, but it's more of a teach you how to fish, not teach you fishing and give you the fish. I want to make sure you learn how to fish yourself. So in this scenario, Selenium WebDriver commands. If now I'll go through reading and how you can read on your own. Selenium WebDriver is one of the most widely used open source website automation tools. So that everyone knows by now. That's the reason we have this whole certification class. There are various sets of commands available in Selenium WebDriver. So sets of commands, actions we perform on the web page. WebDriver to perform different operations. Operations are actions. In this article, we'll try to discuss the most commonly used Selenium WebDriver commands. So these are all actions or commands are kind of same thing we want to perform, along with the syntax for your better understanding. Anyone, this is almost given, right? You don't have to worry about that. It's a Selenium certification course and blah, blah, blah. There are various methods available in WebDriver interface. So see, this is again, this is the same thing that I use the word, right? Like I said, you'll find this used everywhere. It's also that how you read it and graph it, understand it's up to you. See, there are various methods available in WebDriver interface. So this is what I said also, right? In a different way or maybe different way. Using the instance variable driver, see, instance variable is because we instantiate a class WebDriver means that's a driver is a variable, correct? Or object. We can say object of a
Yeah.
class, object of a class or a variable. You can use those words interchangeably, okay? You can use both. Using the instance variable driver or object variable driver or object driver. So it's a instantiate class means instantiate we create a driver as a variable. Anything we use is a variable, right? Variable. We can access those methods through driver.method name. So that's what it is saying here too. Using the instance variable driver, we first instantiate create an object, and we use through that method or object or very instance variable, we access the other methods. The driver.get method name. Or this is a sample, okay? This is not the method. So driver. What method name you want to perform is driver. You need to perform. To view the methods offered by WebDriver, just open an Eclipse IDE loaded with Selenium WebDriver jar files, create a driver object for WebDriver and press the dot key. So what it is saying is, go here, create an object of the class, and if you want to see what are the methods that's proven, driver dot, and these are all the methods you will see. That's what it is saying. What are the methods under the driver interface? That's what it is saying here to do. Okay, WebDriver interface, not driver interface. It's under the WebDriver interface, and this is what it's telling you now. So this is how it could be. I wanted to make sure you understand that. To understand the syntax, I don't know what it is. Method name. First, we need to create an object of a class to access any method, and then all public methods which is visible for the object. So this is another thing I kind of briefly explained, maybe, but not completely. First, we need to create an object of a class. That's what we did by creating a driver as an object of a class as a driver. This is what the other word instantiate that it use object here, but it means the same thing. Access all methods, and then all public methods will be visible for the object. So it means for the driver object, there could be some private objects too, right? But for now, if you use for anything you want to create an object, all the public methods would be visible. That's what it is saying. These all methods get and all the what is after dot is a public method. Parameters. An argument that is passed onto the method to perform a particular operation. So this is what it is saying. So now everyone knows this, right? Parameters. Return type. Methods can return a value or returning nothing, void. If the void is mentioned after the method, it means the method is returning no value, just the action. So like this one, send keys, parameter we are passing, right? For example, I'm giving, okay, as a get method. Driver.get method, we are passing the parameters here. This is a parameter, it takes the parameters. Send keys takes parameter. Click, if you look at this click, doesn't take any parameters. So there is no parameter inside it. It is an action that performs within itself. That's how click is a void method type. If you look at void, you see this, as soon as navigate over the click action, you see void. This void means it is a void return. Method is a void. Now if I go to send keys, this is also void. but it takes the parameter sequence. Like if you hear character sequence send, key to send, means it takes the parameters. But if you go here and mouse over the click, you'll see that after the click, there's no parameters. Okay. So this is another way of knowing the things also. And this is what it is saying here also, return type. Now, list of Selenium WebDriver commands. Let us first know that list of basic Selenium. So again, here, look at this word basic. So you need to remember that. These are the basic Selenium WebDriver commands used in Selenium, followed by a detailed explanation of each. Let's see how much it can explain. So that's the reason I asked you guys to go through this on your own at least once. And second time you do revisions, I can do the revision for you guys also and make it more clear later. So the commands offered by Selenium WebDriver are broadly classified into following categories: browser commands, navigation commands, web elements commands. So browser commands means like we did first, right? Get command. Like this is a browser command. What I'm trying to say is what actions I want to perform the browser within the browser level, like get command, get title command, get current URL, get page source, get click close command, quit. Those are all the browser level command. Browser is this is our browser. Okay, right now we are in a browser. Navigation command means you want to navigate from forward, backward. So there are some navigation commands too. Means you want to go from one page to next page. There are some actions that front, back, and actions you can perform, right? Like this is a refresh button. Like you can there's a way you can refresh in Selenium also. Like certain times whenever you perform, you can just how you refresh with the mouse, right? I just click refresh. Then in Selenium you can do through navigation command refresh the page also. And forward, backward, we can discuss about that later. So another thing is web element command. So web element command means if we want to use the web element command, we first need to create a web element interface and create a web element here, like the search button. Okay. And after we do that, what are the actions we need to perform? So these are the basics actions that will be performed on the web element. So that's the reason you have to make a note of all of this. Okay. Make use on note. Clear command, click command, get text command is selected, is enabled, is displayed, get size, get CSS value, get locator, submit, get attribute, get tag name, and send keys. So it is saying this is what we use, right? Send key and click. These are the two things we used earlier. Correct? So these are all the web element commands. What are the actions you can perform on a web element? So let's go over to we want to go over more detail now. Details of Selenium WebDriver commands list with examples. Browser command. The following are the most commonly used browser commands in Selenium WebDriver. Get command. The command loads a new URL in the current browser window. It accepts a string as a parameter. See again, this is what I said also. It accepts a string as a parameter and returns void. Means we are not returning anything. We are just saying go and navigate to the page. Means as soon as it does it, it performs actions on its own. It doesn't return anything, right? So driver.get command, that is what we use. For loading the web page, the specific command we can return it, driver.get. I mean, this is just another way, like string. You can also like certain times if you want to do is, some people don't want to use directly command. So they use string URL equals to URL like now. I mean, some people like to prefer using this way. But that's also not correct because this is in the beginning, if you use as much divide as possible at a lower level, that is better. Like this one is better because I said now string URL means web page URL that I want to access, and what the driver.get text, the URL as a string as a parameter, and it will navigate you to the web page, whichever web page you want to automate. Okay. And driver.get URL. So this is another way of writing the same thing, just to make sure that what are the parameter or what are the data type it accepts is a string. Or you can do the similarly, without using, you can like the one I did previously, right? What is this? They have some, okay. Now get title command. So another one is if you want to get the web page title. So what happens is any website will have its page title. So if you go here, so another thing you could do is if you go navigate here, right, and then to Control F, click here first within this space, and if you do title, it will you can search this also. Like this is search field within the web page. So I type title here, and if you look at here, there is a title element. So what happens is within the web page also, they will have certain, sometimes they will not have it, not necessarily they'll have every time, but this says driver.get title will get you the Swag Lab. So let me give you an example here, okay? One sec. So let me, I don't want to extend this because this is the, I'll create a new class within this, another class, practice. Did I create this? Why did I create this? Oh, okay. I don't need this. This is not the right way, right? So I want to delete this. I don't want to put it the wrong way. Okay. New class. Second. Right, let me use this one. Same way. And let me copy these things now. This one. This. Sorry. For myself. I don't want to type this all again. But you shouldn't do what I'm doing here, okay? You should all type manually. Never copy paste. For now. Type it. Type all the time. You need to type. So, okay, this is the main method. So now what I want to do is, let me remove all these things now. This is already copy pasted once. So now I want to make sure what is the, one second, where do you go? Not this one. Yeah. Okay, this title I want to grab, right? Okay, let me see. What command should I use it? It says string title, right? So the driver.get titles will give you the title of the current page. And since this is driver.get title is a string element, the get title is in a string. So what it did is to use the string command. So for now, is the string variable was declared to get for the driver.get title. It returns the, no, let me do one thing, okay. No, I'll do this. String get title equals to driver.get title. What did I do? Driver dot this. If I go here, I can just double click on this one, title. Okay, and I semicolon. So if you mouse hover to the get title, what it says, gets the title of the current page, returns the title of the current page with leading and trailing word space stripped or null if there's not already one set. So if you don't have one, that's what it is. It does. Okay, and this is now what I do is system.work. Okay, I'm going to print that web page title is plus title plus get title. All right, let me run this one. Let's see what it does. You will see all those ones in the console, okay? Don't get overwhelmed with it. Only look for the information that we need, because this code is written by Selenium itself, and when it's by the I mean, this is the way that it does the thing. So not necessarily you don't get too much overwhelmed with it. And these are all the information you'll find that so just read once. These are not errors. These are some of them are warnings also, but don't be too much overwhelmed or scared with this information. Just look into this information. The web page is really heavy. See, it's still loading. So it's waiting for the page to be stable. So this is, I think the web page is really heavy right now because lots and lots of information. Okay, now its web page loading is complete. Now it will try to perform the actions. Oh, close already? What happened? Oh yeah, this is all I wanted, right? Okay, so see, the title of the page is, this is what I get title. What title is? W3C School Online Web Tutorial. How did I get it? For me to understand if this is present or not, I will do is right click on it, inspect, and see, I don't like the one over here, so I'll always put on the bottom. And I do is, okay, I can go from the top also. Like if you want to go to HTML, you see the head, right? This head is where should be the title. See, the title is W3C School online web page tutorial. So W3C School online web page tutorial. So this is the way that you can also get the web page title, because this the reason we get the web page title is to make sure that we are using the same title. Okay, so this is also now, I mean, some sample we did, right? So this is one of the other actions we can perform. So in theory now, I mean, so today class would be only another 1.5 hours, okay? Because I think most of the people need to go somewhere, and that's the reason we will only go for, we'll have class till 9:30 today. But now since I mean, the other thing what I will do is, so we'll still have another half an hour. It's just whoever need to leave can leave, and I will also let this window open, and that's I'm gonna be in and out of this my headset. So all of you, what you need to do is, whoever is staying, is this is now practical as a practice. In a practice, what you need to do is, you need to, like the way I did right now, right? Get title, what happened, what got current URL, what. So all these browser actions, you don't have to uh you can look into these commands, right? What are the samples, and like what is the string it is saying, commands, driver.close, what a driver.close is, what driver.quit, this command. So let's practice this what is browser commands. Let's practice this browser commands. We'll practice this browser commands. All of you will practice. I give an example of get and get title. So other like actions we have, right? We'll practice in the class. So whoever can complete soon, they can leave, or we'll take 5 minutes break, and 5 to 10 minutes after this. So all for today's courses, we need to, I mean, the remaining of the time, we'll practice this all browser commands in the class. And if you are not available right now, somebody have to leave, you can practice at home also. Not necessarily, you don't have to do it right now. I mean, later in the, and next week we're going to study about test ng. Okay, so just remember, if somebody wants to learn about test, I think most of the people may leave, right? So let me put that also. Reading one words model, Java basics. Now 1 second. The next week what we're going to do is reading assignment, right? Give me a second. JUnit, not JUnit, test ng will do directly. Please read through it, okay? Test ng, because otherwise the same thing I repeated every week. I'm also repeating this. I'm becoming like a parrot saying the same thing. Please spend enough time and redo the code. So okay, and if you're gonna say reading JUnit, test ng, introduction to test ng, introduction to test ng. So 1 second, let me find it. Which one is the thing? Just this is what should have. Should have it or no? Let me see. Let me check this one. Oh, it has some shell name also. It's already talking about it. Okay. Conclusion. No, not this one. I don't want some sample also. Change. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So I think there are a lot of things you can study on your own. This is a huge, okay. Next development. Mhm. Mm. See, before learning testing, you should have basic understanding of testing in Java. So everything you need to know. Okay, let me see. This is tutorial. Let me see what it is saying. Oh, this is already there. Installation. You don't have to install. I think I will don't install the TestNG. Okay, so don't worry about installations. Just read about
That's the real
TestNG.
thing. Okay.
What is the TestNG features? So don't worry about this. Let me see. W3 school has TestNG or not? Because usually the W3C has very basic high level of any topic. So the reason I wanted to focus on W3 school is because they have very high level, which maybe I don't have to go very deep into it. 1 second, tutorial. Oh, they don't have it? I thought W3C should have. Just let me see. Oh, it doesn't have TestNG. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, because the way it is very easy way of making sense, right? So okay, so we'll use the website. This one, Java Point. Let me see the Java Point tutorial. Not the features. Start with the. See how much you can understand, because at least not this one installation equals. Learn about
Few words
it.
will be like, few words, we might know only.
Yeah, just learn and understand about all those XML file, what it means, because we talked about some of the XML too, right? So remember, read all of this. I mean, it's very high level. Don't go into very detail, but at least don't try to understand everything. But at least it should be, at least somebody says what is TestNG, you should be able to say some words, not very high level also, as in the sense that, oh, I just know what is TestNG is one word sentence, and I know TestNG is something. Not like that. I mean, inside the deep, but understand what you can. If you don't understand, read more again about it. Okay, and yeah, reading introduction to TestNG day 2. 1 second, I'm gonna say reading assignment TestNG, because this is really important. We're gonna run about the you have to learn, because this is also one of the, you have to learn about TestNG also. So read about the whole thing. I mean, where do you go? 1 second. This, I don't know why sometimes this stays forever. You have to start from the introduction to TestNG, tutorial TestNG. That is the same thing. Features of TestNG. What are the running test case? What does it says about running test case? Okay, and look into this. At least have familiar. Make a note of yourself, because they're all very important. If you want, you can do this also. But I would, if you have availability and you have time. But if you have all this time, if you have, then we'll do this also. But we'll practice this in home and class also. But again, if you want to do it, it's more than welcome. But you don't have to, because somebody wants to study more. I cannot say don't do it. If somebody's excited. So running test case, how we do TestNG XML file, learn about what is an XML file, what is it saying, how do we create an XML file, and what are learn about that, all of this. This is important. Okay. And next is include text cases. Yeah, this is important. Text XML file, because when I will not go over each and every topic. Okay, TestNG. You have to understand what I'm doing here by looking into this example. I'm just gonna tell you this is what we will do. We'll not say why we do everything, because I don't want to explain each and every. I don't know why we do it also. So I only know that's how to do it, not exactly why we do it. So running test case with regen, TestNG groups, and annotations. What is an annotation? If you don't know what is an annotations, what is it TestNG, what is annotations, then Google what is annotation. What do you mean by annotation? Annotation is a piece of code which insert this program. So just read it. Go through all of them. List of annotations. What are the different annotations means? You have to this is all the interview questions. So all annotations you have to know what does this mean. So this whole thing, make a note or at least remember what he's trying to say. Some of them are given, some of them you have to maybe try to understand. But these are I may go very high level on this one. I may explain all of this in like 5 minutes. But you have to make this note of yourself of all these annotations. This whatever is in the table, make sure you remember them all. Okay. And annotations before class, after class. You don't have to go for each and every one, but you can practice them. That's no, I can never say don't practice, right? You can practice them, and you can, if you think somewhere, if you find a place, do it. And annotation attributes. Okay, yeah, there are some attributes to try that also. And test ng parameters. Oh yeah, all of these are important. If go through all of this training, I mean, I'm not going to explain everything. Like enum, I didn't explain, right? I may go here and there. Sometimes if I feel something that you may have to do, like the ones I posted yesterday, right? Topics, few topics I put enum, subclass. I may go over subclass very high level, but very, very short. I'm not gonna spend hours explaining what is an enum and what is in a subclass. This you have to learn on your own. Like similarly, what is test ng, you have to read on your own, because these are we'll extensively use this everything whatever present here. Okay, so like I said, everyone, I already pinned the link, and now remaining of the time, I mean, you can take 5-10 minutes break or whatever you want. So remaining time, whatever we have, all these browser commands you see here, right? We'll practice all these browser commands. We did get, we already have that, get title, and then there are like get current URL command, this one, and the paste source, close command, quit command. So these are the one we'll practice right now in the lecture, in the class today for remaining of the day. Any question on this? Everyone okay? All right, I'm going to take 5 minutes break, and you guys can continue. I'll be in and out of the laptop. Okay, I'll be on it. So everyone has this link. Everyone practice, and let me know if you have any questions in the middle.
I have a question about like interface, so
Okay.
can we do like later, like after we come back from our break?
Sure. Yeah, others can
Okay.
practice. We can talk about other topics too, but
Okay.
this is the assignment for rest of the day. So if you
Okay.
want to, or you can, everyone can leave. You can just stay then, because 5 minutes I can explain less than 5 minutes on that. Okay, you can explain. Please ask me the question right now so that everyone can.
Okay. Like I don't know what I did. I'm just gonna share my screen,
Oh, okay, sure.
Just see here.
All of you are free to take break and stuff. Okay, and this is what I said for remaining of the
Yeah,
day.
if I'm, after I,
Please
we do this one, I'm gonna try my own like those commands.
Sure.
Are you seeing it?
Not yet.
Mm,
Or in the WTC school, why you're practicing?
no,
That's good thing.
here.
That's right.
Okay. Here,
Okay, you have created a pig in the line 11. Animal
No,
sound.
I did the pig one. Right?
1 second.
Let me show you the interface first. This one, though,
Okay.
empty body, and I did the pig.
Go to the interface first, please.
Mhm.
Animals sleep and run. Okay, that's fine. You
This
can do
one.
that. That's good practice. You should always expand to what you know. Yes, correct.
And I did the pig
Run.
one
Okay.
and create the method, and I did the
Okay.
dog one.
Go to the pig. Go to the pig first, please. The pig. I saw something. Why do you have line 3 and 4? What is line 3?
Oh, maybe that's why.
You can, yeah. For now, you can do something, but don't create that to class under to class. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't see that. Maybe I have something else.
Then pig is lowercase in the class pig. Yeah.
This one lower.
No, uppercase. Uppercase is what class name is, right?
Oh,
Yeah. Now
this
save
one
this
now.
one. Yeah, save this. First saving.
Yeah, I looked and I couldn't figure out. Now it's okay.
Okay. Good.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
No, what that happens. I mean, that's the reason I'm here,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I tried the inheritance and the enum. I have to do
Oh,
like more practice, but I know I did the homework.
so cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
And this
thank you
is
so
what.
much. That's was my question.
No worries. That's why I'm here, right? That's the reason.
Yeah.
The reason
Yeah,
why
I'm gonna
because
practice my own. Like I'm gonna leave. I don't feel good.
okay. Oh, no worries, no
So
worries. I
I'll
mean,
practice my own.
sure. The other things
I'm
we
gonna leave
practice,
the
right?
first.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
just practice those also. Okay. All right then. I'm going
Thank you
to.
so much for today's class.
No worries. Yeah. Please, for the rest of the day, like I said, either today or tomorrow. I mean, you want to do it right now or later today?
Yeah,
Those
I'll do
browser
it later
commands,
today. I have to
browser
drink
commands
water.
are what we
So
need to do.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
I'll be on mute right now, and
Okay.
whenever I need, I'll come back and I mean, you can send me a message. I'm gonna open the chat. Okay. If I see
Okay.
some chat, then I'll
Mhm.
assume somebody wants to talk to me. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, please continue working in the browser commands.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye. हेलो प्रत्येकजी, पङ्कजजी। हजुर हुँदो रहेछ। केही सबै कमान्डहरू हुँदैछ?
हो सर।
हजुर
ओके
सर।
सरी मेरो यो स्पिकर के भएछ? ल हेडसेट जोड्नु पर्यो पक्सिन एकछिन। पक्नु म हेडसेट जोडिहाल्छु यहाँ के किन यसले यस्तो दुःख दियो। ल हजुर म हेडसेट जोडे के सबै भयो हजुर? हेलो
हजुर सर।
हजुर के हुँदैछ हजुर?
ए यहाँ त्यही सर अब ब्रेक लिएको थियौँ सबैजना पो हिँड्नु भयो।
उहाँहरूको छ अरे कि आज त्यसमा के क्लब के छ अरे क्लबको के काम आज मिटिङ जस्तो भन्दै हुन्थ्यो। अनि मैले त्यही भएर आज फर्स्ट हाफ चाहिँ थ्योरी सकेर अलिकति सेकेन्ड चाहिँ अलिकति आधी घन्टा जति लास्टमा 45 मिनट चाहिँ त्यो प्र्याक्टिकल गराउन सबैलाई त्यही भएर प्र्याक्टिस गर्नुहोस् अब अहिले गरे पनि हुन्छ गर्न गए पनि हुन्छ भनेर अनि चाहिँ छोडिदिएको आज।
ए ए ए ए हुन्छ नि सर हुन्छ।
हजुर के त अनि त्यो प्र्याक्टिस गर्नुभयो त मैले भने कमान्डहरू गर्न भ्याउनु भयो कि के हो त त्यो प्र्याक्टिस पढ्न भन्ने पढाइ बस्न त होइन भ्याउनुभयो त गर्नुभयो त कमान्डहरू त्यो
हिजो हिजो बेलुका अलिकति टच मात्रै गरेँ सर मैले धेरै गर्नु भ्याइनँ मैले अलिक टच मात्रै गरेँ।
हजुर
अब भरे आज चाँडै आउँछु कामबाट अनि त्यसपछि आएर त्यही जो हजुरले गराएको सबै गर्नुपर्ने छ
मैले होइन त्यो पनि हो मैले अहिले क्लासमा गर्ने भनेको यो काम चाहिँ।
ए हजुर सर हजुर त्यो त मैले हेरेको छु त्यो अहिले म गरिहाल्छु मसँग टाइम छ अलिक घन्टा टाइम
ए
छ अनि म
हस् ए हस् ल अब त्यो गर्नुहोस् होइन
हजुर।
प्रत्येकजी पनि होइन सबै पङ्कजी पनि यसरी गर्नुहोस् त्यो सक्नुहोस्। अब
हजुर।
अहिलेलाई आजलाई त्यही हो अब खासै सबैजना गइहाल्नु भएछ अब बन्द गरिदिन्छ आज क्लास होइन
हजुर हुन्छ।
पढ्नुहोस् अब त्यही त प्र्याक्टिस कमान्डहरू गर्नुहोस् अब फेरि भोलि अर्को विक अब एकचोटि टेस्ट एन्ट्री गर्छु नि यो कमान्डहरू फेरि रिभिजन गरौँला एकचोटि
ए
त
हजुर
सबै रिभिजन गर्नै पर्छ त्यही पनि अब आफै पनि प्र्याक्टिस गऱ्यो भने सजिलो हुन्छ नि।
सजिलो हुन्छ हजुर हजुर।
हजुर हुन्छ नि त हस् त ल ल
हस् हस्
ल बाई।
सर एउटा कुरा थियो सर मेरो।
ए हजुर भन्नुहोस् सर
त्यो मैले डाउनलोडै गरेको छु सेरमको डाउनलोडै गरेको छुइनँ।
हजुर सेलेमको डाउनलोड
त्यो
गर्नु
अस्ति तपाईँले डाउनलोड म पनि त्यहाँ आइने छैन नि सर।
सेटअप भएको छैन हजुरको ल्यापटप
छैन नि सर मेरो सेटअप भएको छैन त्यसमा।
ल चाहिँ अब त गर्नु
होइन त्यो जाभाको चाहिँ भएको छ अस्ति नै गरिएको होइन।
अस्ति सेल्नेमा के भएर त्यसो किन नगर्नु सँगै सबलाई हेल्प गरे होला म त सबैको सक्यो भने थाहा म त।
होइन सर मेरो चाहिँ अब म चाहिँ त्यति बेला यता नेपाल आएको थिएँ अनि क्लास जोइन गर्न पाइनँ नि त।
ए ल अब अनि कहाँ हुन्छ अब कसरी गर्छ त पख्नु चाहिँ अब कुन चाहिँ लेक्चरमा त ऊ त
त्यो म नेता सरसँगै गर्नुभएको छैन भन्नु थिएन।
त्यो सरको त नेसर पनि गर्नुभएको छैन त्यसो भए सँगै गर्नु पर्ला है साथी त्यो चाहिँ यसो गरौँ अर्को विकि चाहिँ होइन तपाईँ र नेता सर चाहिँ एकछिन एक्स्ट्रा बसौँला होइन अनि दुईजनाको सँगसँगै के छ भने सेटअप गरौँला अर्को चाहिँ किनकि फेरि तपाईँको बेग्लै उसको बेग्लै गर्दा उहाँको बेग्लै गर्दा फेरि डबल टाइम वेस्ट हुन्छ होइन त्यो गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ त्यही गरौँ आधी तपाईँ र उहाँ चाहिँ पछि बस्नुहोस् आधी घन्टा एक्स्ट्रा होइन स्याटरडे अर्को स्याटरडे अनि सकौँला है।
ए हुन्छ सर हुन्छ सर।
सँगै बसेर सँगै दुईजनाको गरौँला त्यो भने यो किन सेटअप गर्नै पर्छ कि यो सेटअप नगरी हुँदैन है। ल हुन्छ नि त है ल अर्को हप्ता
म आफै ट्राई पनि गर्छु सर।
हजुर हजुर हुन्छ ट्राई गरिस् न
ल सर ल
सर है
म ट्राई पनि गर्छु ल सर।
ल त ल हस् ल बाई।
ल सर ल सर बाई।